Yeah, I mean, I also saw him saying earlier in the week that he knows that Poirier wants to, bring this out as long as he can. He wants to have a real fight. And McGregor was saying, I would love to do that as well. I'd love to take it long with him, but I'm going to be hitting him really, really hard. So let's see if he can handle it. So it's also slightly contradictory because he's saying, I would love to go to the deep end with him. I'd like to take the length. However, I'm going to be hitting him really hard and, trying to knock him out right away. Can he handle it or not? Diego, it seems like you think that he's ready to go and he's ready to make this a legitimate fight.
Oh, absolutely. I'm leaning towards Poirier. I think he has a lot more fire in him right now where, Dustin has a lot of things going on in his life. It's very difficult to maintain focus when you have all of these things pulling you to the sides. Given he's done a fantastic job with all that stuff going on. But I think if Dustin's willing to make this an MMA fight, if he's willing to mix in his wrestling into his striking, that's going to change everything because we all know, wrestling zaps power. Even if you are a kind of power puncher where Conor has that freak strength that can kind of come out at any moment, it will wean over time because of him having to use his defensive wrestling. So not only will he be able to eat up some of Conor's power, if you're making the fighter think about their wrestling, if they're making them think that shooting could be a possibility, they're less likely to throw constantly with a lot of power because as they throw, their upper body leans forward. It makes it easier to shoot underneath them and take them down. And again, Conor does not want to be on the bottom of Poirier. Poirier is a very good grappler, a very underrated grappler, in my opinion. He has submissions in the UFC. He's able to hold people down. Conor has gotten a lot better in his grappling in the last, 6 years, but I don't think he's up to par with Poirier's top game if he's able to get him there.
At the end of the day, if McGregor wins, it helps his brand awareness. He stays in the limelight and it bolsters his legacy a little bit. This pushes Poirier into an entirely different category of fighter. And that's why my favorite bet in this whole card is the over 2.5 in this main event, because it's not the distance. It's just you're betting on these guys to get halfway there at plus money.
That's smart.
Yeah. That's
why. So you're saying that the over 2.5 means you're just betting that it's going to go over 2.5 rounds?
Yeah. If it finishes round 3, you win. I don't know the rules for if it finishes at like the 2:30 mark of the third round.
Right.
If that happens, it might not be your night,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, 5 rounds does seem long with these two guys, as one of the comments says. I really like the over for the main event. I think that's one of the strongest that I definitely want to do. And